Angela, tell me a little bit about that hybrid working environment. Then, what are some strategies our customers, our clients who want to grow can deploy?
Yeah, Wade, our data shows that over 75% of employees want a hybrid or remote workforce or work strategy. Employers are still trying to get on board with that. Some have embraced it, some have not. But I think now is the time that I think all employers need to embrace that hybrid is here to stay. Some ways to really engage your employees. Number one is your culture. What are ways that you can demonstrate your culture to your employees? Because there is a loss of culture as employees are not coming into the office and interacting with others. Another way is to bring employees in for really specific, purposeful moments. They shouldn't come into the office just to put on their headphones and do what they were doing at home. But what are some times where you can bring teams in to collaborate? There's a general sense of loss of creativity, collaboration, and innovation right now. So what are those moments when employees can come in, be brought in to work together to collaborate and innovate? And then finally, I think, how can you help employees with networking, with socialization, by bringing them in for cultural moments with the organization?
Okay. And I heard you touch on earlier what I heard was transparency. That our employees want transparency,
Correct.
Right? So tell me a little bit about that. What specifically they want? What do people want?
Transparency in their jobs, transparency in the future of the business. So many employees are saying, we don't know what's next for us, and we don't know how to get there. So what are the opportunities for me in the organization? So many organizations right now are pivoting from a focus on talent acquisition to retention, and retention through career development plans. That is turning out to be in the top 5 priorities for employees right now, and maybe even above compensation in many cases. So what is my potential at the organization, and how do I get there, and how will you as my employer help me get there?
Okay, so transparency in career path, but also how do I fit into the overall strategy? What's my role? How do I contribute?
Exactly.
Yeah, and this is so critical to growth. We know that a key to growth is really having an engaged client relationship, and that customer relationship, that client relationship can only be delivered through an empowered and engaged workforce.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And the critical balance is figuring out how that's going to be done both virtually as well as in person. The way that I think we most of us grew up is that we saw innovation and growth as being directly proportional to human proximity. It may not be that way anymore. And as Angela mentioned, we've seen some declines in innovation in the technology sector. You can see the impact on valuation. You see a brain drain effectively that's moving out of Silicon Valley. That poses stress on the system because now we need to figure out how to innovate and how do we grow in a more virtual environment. The initial phase of a pandemic where we're able to adopt teams, we saw productivity rates actually increase and go up, which is great. And we see people still, those productivity rates very high, but the level of engagement after the first few months of virtual happy hours and whatever else waned very quickly. And we need to find a way, leveraging technology, leveraging the right human interactions to bring that focus back on engagement and innovation and growth.